That is one thing actually Joe has taught me too, is to be non-judgmental and you never know what that other person is going through, so never judge them.
I try not to cast out judgment in a negative way towards people's decisions and their lifestyle. And yeah, it is. I personally have found out that's also hard as well too, to find that in friends and business relationships, because there's always some form of judgment, whether if it's big or small. Or even if you go to the store, you may see a person at the store and I'm like, I don't know about those shoes or that clothes, or like, so we all do it on the inside, maybe a voice, but I'll never outwardly, whatever, you know what I mean. I'll never do that out loud.
Absolutely.
Because I don't feel it's appropriate, especially somebody with my colorful background.
That is one thing actually Joe has taught me too, is to be non-judgmental and you never know what that other person is going through, so never judge them. And I appreciate that. Even if he's like, even if you don't like someone, you don't have to like them, but try to understand or kind of like see their point of view. Or so I appreciate that.
Absolutely.
He's a good guy.
It's a reoccurring thing I keep hearing.
Ah, yeah.
He's videoed me. He's also videoed a lot of other, after we train, I'm going up to client Tammy and Dave's house, and
Oh, nice.
yeah, so the past month, that's all I've been doing is videoing it. So he's gotten to know a lot about me. And this all came about because we went to a rave and I was on a shit ton of shrooms, and when I've expressed the importance of shrooms on how it's actually helped me and impacted my life, and this came about, that conversation got dropped off, and he talked, he was supposed to leave, and I think we talked for about 2.5 hours, maybe 2. It was like, yeah, wow, he didn't leave till like 2 in the morning. And all I did was talk, and he just kept asking me questions, and I was very open and about my background, history, stuff I haven't told anybody. And then I had this idea, I'm like, I wonder if we can start videoing this stuff. Do you think it'll help people?
Heck yeah. 100%.
So that's kind of where this came about. So we have a lot of content, but we don't exactly know where it's going to go.
I love that.
So I don't really know. It's going to start off with my background, who I was, and I mean it's pretty raw.
I like it, as it should be.
It's not, I mean, literally went in so many different places, and we've talked to so many different people, some very emotional, like Liz got really emotional.
She did? Oh.
Yeah, only because she didn't know, so she's sad for me, but she has a really, really big heart.
Yeah, she does.
But she was just sad to hear it, and that's why she said, you can't do that to people. And how come you didn't tell me? I said, because...
Yeah, I was not expecting this, but it's okay.
Because you would have judged me. Would you not have? And she goes, okay, well, I did a little bit, but then I got over it. I know how to read people. You're just not ready.
You're a good reader.
Yeah, you're just not ready for that type of information. And it's my story to tell, and I'll tell it when I want to. And I've been more and more okay with sharing my story. I'm still a little reluctant, very emotional, but there's a lot of stuff that a lot of people don't know. Like there's stuff that I told him that he had no idea the extent and the severity of the things that I belong to and I participated in. So it's one thing to say, hey, my name's Joe, I was in prison for 12 years, but it's another to actually go further back into like the abusive childhood,
Absolutely.
Wanting to kill my dad at 12, or shoving guns in his mouth over and over, wanting to kill, like it's not something that I think a lot of people know about, like the extent of my violence and the transformation that I've actually created, or this new person that I've created, this new persona that I've created. So it stems from somewhere, or the passion that I have for fitness, or the passion that I have for my clients, or the love that I have for what I do to show up. So it stems from somewhere. And then I started asking Miles, you know anybody like this? And he goes, not really. Well, you have interviews with like killers in prison. Yeah. But they're still in prison. So it ain't too often you can have an interview with
someone that's on the other side.
A killer.
Yeah.
But that's actually impacted so many lives.
100%.
Like Jared was just here, sheriff just walked through the building, and, just to give me a hug while he's training, and with full uniform, and everybody turns around like, oh shit, it's the sheriff. And then of all people he walks up to, and I give him a hug and I give him a kiss on the cheek, and I could only imagine what people were thinking. I mean, here's a full-blown, got a gun, and then it's just a huge shift, or a huge difference in where I came from. You go from shooting at people to now you have friends that are willing to do a lot for you. So I was supposed to interview him too before you, but I was signing my lease,
Oh, good for you.
so I had to.
Congratulations.
We'll get him a later date. So, yeah, that's a little story about what I'm actually doing.
I like it.
I don't know where it's going to go. So he's the one that's actually going to edit it and put it out there and create a YouTube channel. And
I like it.
we'll put like little snips on social media, and then hopefully I can impact more lives that I don't
Yeah.
know.
Absolutely.
I've also noticed that his clients don't really judge him either. So
Not at all. Not at all. He's very like, there's no facade. This is Joe.
yeah.
Well, we haven't put the content out yet. So, I guess one of my biggest fears is putting the content out. And as raw as I've spoken in some of my videos, that I'm sure some people will start to judge or just had not completely understand it. And then I want to remind them that, this was my past, but this is who I am now. So the only thing I'm trying to convey is just because I did all of those things and that's who I was at one time, that's not who I am now. And a lot of people get trapped in that.
Yes,
They
do.
get trapped in these titles. I've talked to you about this.
Oh, yeah.
I'm a mother, I'm a wife, and then that's all you associate as, and that's not true. Like, we're not a mother, we're not a father, a son.
Yeah.
We are more than that. We're an existence, we're a being, and you should have the ability to do anything you want to do, short of hurting somebody. But at the end of the day, I feel like this is just a small, closed-minded box that a lot of people live in, through religion, through their philosophies, and then through what our parents spewed down on us and projected on us and bled all over us because of their own upbringings. So now we go around like, oh, I can't do this because I'm a mother. I can't do this because I'm a certain age. Or I shouldn't participate in sex clubs. Or I shouldn't participate in drugs anymore. Why not? As long as you're not hurting anybody and you're doing it safely in the comfort of your own home or people that love you, why not?
Organized chaos, as you would say.
Organized chaos. She knows me very well, and I live and I truly live by all this. And I think that's the biggest difference with me, is I can relate to people at their lowest low, only because I've associated with low, and I can also associate with them at they want to be successful and grow and be entrepreneurs, or they want to be successful because I climbed myself out of that, and that's where I'm at now.
Stud.
Anything else you want to say about this guy?
I think you kind of summed it up. Your past definitely does not define you, and you're living proof of that. And you also make people believe that they can achieve and do anything they want.
Well, for a long time, I didn't believe in myself. I didn't believe I could accomplish more than who I was in prison, or the things I had to do in prison, and I was lost and confused, and I didn't have anybody. And I hated that feeling. I hated being alone. So if I can be that person for somebody, even one person, and I can show them that they can accomplish anything they want in life, but all I have to do is kind of take a broom and sweep up their stinking thinking, or their negative thoughts, or their self-limiting beliefs that they constantly tell themselves, or the 80% of thoughts that are negative. If I can just sit there and convert that to maybe 50%, then they have a better chance. But the majority of our thoughts are probably going to be negative. It's survival. We're not designed to thrive, to succeed, to flourish. We're designed to survive. That's it. And then the more chaos that we create through having kids, having a relationship, having responsibilities, having people rely on us, it just closes us down even more, and it starts to implode, and emotionally. And then we're like, what direction am I heading? What's right? What's wrong? And I've overcome so much, and the things that I've talked to you about with your divorce, and I felt like we were both on the same wavelength when she was going through her divorce, and she was my little raft, and I talked to her, and so she's been there for me more than she knows. So I'm there for my clients, but my clients are also there for me.